All right. Welcome to another Monday edition of the Debt Free Journey. This is Ed Smith, founder and CEO of EE Smith Debt Consulting, where our mission and our goal is to help you slay those debt dragons. All right. Get those dragons flying around trying to destroy your kingdom. We're going to knock them out. That's what our plan. That's what we hope to do. So, back with another edition, another weekly installment on this debt free journey. Figured I'd do this one in live. I haven't done a live in a while, so I figured I'd just do it live just because, and also to show that I'm just being candid, rough, rugged, and raw. No filter, no straw. It's just it is what it is. No script. We just flow, and how it goes is how it goes. So with that, let's get into this week's discussion. This week, I want to talk to you about the debt-free journey and how this whole process works. I had a discussion with a friend this weekend, and we were talking about what was going on with me, and she was asking me, how does this work? What are you talking about? How does this work? How do you get your debts paid? How do how does the whole process work? So I'm thinking about it, and then I got a couple of messages also about a week or so ago saying the same thing, essentially. How does this all work? So I said, okay, you know what? I'll just jump on this week and just talk about that, how this whole process works, the whole debt-free journey using MWR Financial and their Financial Edge monthly subscription, how this all works. And then the other side of it, the business side of it, whereas you can make money from helping others pay off their debt as well. So we'll talk about that business structure piece of it as well. So here's the deal. Essentially, like with my case, what I'm doing right now, August actually officially kicks off the first month of my debt elimination process. So I got my first monthly statement, and it showed me all the debts that I input into the system, and it lists them all, and it shows me what I'm currently paying on a monthly basis. And then it took what's called the debt elimination accelerator, and it applied that to the first few debts. So I'm essentially knocking those debts out first. And then, like I mentioned before in weeks past, it kind of goes into a snowball effect, like a snowball rolling down a hill. If you can imagine that, rolling down a snowy hill. As it goes down the hill, it gets faster and it gets bigger and until eventually it just becomes, a life of its own. So that's the whole idea with this process, the exact same way. You rack and stack your debt in whatever manner works best. Now, the system and the software and the process will set it up for you, so you don't have to worry about that part. Okay, and that's the same thing with me. I didn't worry about that. I just plugged the information in, and then it racked and stacked for me. Okay, so once it racked and stacked, it said, okay, here are your monthly amounts that you pay automatically each month. Now, in addition to that, we have what's called the accelerator over here on the side, and the accelerator is basically the magic. That's how the magic happens. It's the extra amount that you can apply per month to your debt elimination plan. So you take your normal monthly payment, slap on the accelerator amount, pay off a debt, roll it to the next debt, and keep repeating the process until you knock them all out. What that's going to do for me, from my own personal experience, is simply save me from 30 plus years of paying off debt and hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest, and cut it down to 7 years by simply applying a monthly accelerator. That's the beauty of the whole process. Now, there are numerous ways you can go about the whole debt elimination plan. I say this every week, that Google, you'll see programs from like the Dave Ramseys of the world, the John Commuters of the world. They all have their program where they talk about debt elimination and how you can accelerate and pay off early. The difference is with this program versus the others that I found. And again, I did my own research, and I would suggest to you do your own research. The difference, what I found personally, is this program has two X factors that the other two didn't have, that I didn't see. One was, particularly with the Dave Ramsey, it talks about paying off your other debt and not your mortgage. And that's fine. That's a great way to do it. But I want all the debt gone. That's just me. My own personal thing. If I'm going to pay the debt, I want to pay all the debt, including the mortgage. So I'm wrapping all that into one big, nice bundle and plugging it in and then working the process. Secondly, a lot of the other programs talk about cutting back on stuff, minimizing your lifestyle, cutting back on non-essential things. You don't need cable. You don't need high-speed internet. You don't need a fancy car. You don't need to go out to eat for lunch. You don't need to go out to eat for dinner on a regular basis. You don't need to go blah, 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 do that, do this, that, and the third. So cut back. And my view is, but why? I work hard so I can play hard. I don't want to have to scale back just to live. I don't want to work just to pay bills. I want to live life. You know what I'm saying? So the other appealing part about the program that I'm doing with MWR Financial is not only do they say, okay, here's your debt, here's how you can pay it off faster, but if you could add a debt accelerator, here's how much faster you can pay off your debt. What they also say is, okay, here's a way now for you to create that debt accelerator piece, whatever amount it is. And that's a personal choice. You determine based on your situation and your debt, how much you want to put towards that accelerator. Like in my case, I want to put $3,000 a month towards it. So what the program says is, okay, Ed, here's a way for you to generate an extra $3,000 a month on the side without changing what you're doing. Just do what you do, utilize the program, and then talk about your experience. What that will do is put the message out to other people. They will hear your experience. They will, in their own mind, decide for themselves if this is something they want to pursue or if it piques interest in them. And then they in turn would come to me and say, hey, what is it that you're doing? I in turn take them by the hand, point them to the company and say, company, MWR, here's someone who wants to utilize your Financial Edge program to pay off their debt faster. Help them do the same thing you're helping me do. That's my role. That's all I do. I'm the middleman. I take the hand, pass it to the company, and the company says, hey, Ed, thank you for bringing us more business. Here's a reward. We're going to give you 1% of the monthly fee, because when you sign up for the package, you pay a monthly fee. And as a result of me bringing a new customer, I get 1% of the monthly fee. If you did the same thing, you would do the exact same thing. You would get a cut of the monthly fee. That's the piece that's going to go towards building your additional income, your financial elimination accelerator. That's going to help you pay off your debt in record time. In my case, 7 years. Okay. That's how the concept works. It's awesome. In my Dickie V voice, it's awesome, baby. It's just how it works. So, and it has some other little cool perks on the side. Like, for instance, if you are a customer, to incentivize you to talk about your experience and refer others, they'll say, hey, check this out. If you don't want to, do the business side of it with us, then how about this? If you refer 3 customers, we'll waive your monthly fee on your services. So that's another beautiful perk. I mean, there are so many things to get into with that. I'm not even going there. There are so many perks to doing the process this way. Okay. But the bottom line, the beautiful part of it is you get to help yourself and you get to help others. And all you have to do is focus primarily on helping others. Realistically, if you can put your focus on helping 7 people get rid of their debt, I will say that again. If you can put your focus on helping 7 people get rid of their debt by telling your story, that's how simple it is. That's how this whole process works. It's a win-win for everybody. Now, you can start a company. I did. In most states, it's easy to start a company. Google the rules. But basically, if you start a company and you're using your legal name, like in my case, Eddie E. Smith, I'm using E.E. Smith, and then, whatever, as long as you're using your legal name, you can start like today if you want it with the company. Like you see right now, I'm founder and CEO of E.E. Smith Debt Consulting. Why? Because I decided to go into business. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to treat it like a real business. That's the key. Okay. Get yourself in a business mindset. That's all you got to do. And you go from there and you grow. Now, you can get into other legal forms and legal entities. That's a whole different discussion. I am not a lawyer. I'm not getting to all that fun stuff. But here's the cool part. The company will. They can provide you with counselors and advice on how to set up legal entities. Okay. So it's that simple. That's how it works. That's where I am right now on this debt-free journey. So this month, August, officially kicks off the debt elimination process for me. This is month 1. The countdown begins to 7 years. In 7 years, it'll be all gone, baby. And that's the way it's supposed to work. Okay. So hopefully I explained that well. If you have any questions, hit me up. If you want information, hit me up. It don't matter. Drop it below or just message me. It's all good. And we'll come back next week with another update, and I'll figure out what topic I want to talk about next week. So with that, I'm going to punch out. I hope you all have a great, great Monday. It's beautiful out here in Southern Maryland, like always. I'm going to go find something to do more productive. All right. So with that, I'm going to sign out. You all have a great day, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.